Good morning and welcome back to Spurs Latest. I'm your host, Trip Graham. As always, so happy to have you here today. Got so much to talk about. Spurs tonight as we take on the Blazers. Big game coming up, and let's get into it. We got so much going on around our Spurs, going on in the NBA, and beyond. So let's talk about it all. So first things first, Spurs take on the Blazers tonight on ESPN. So happy to have a national game. There's a few Blazers players that do excite me. They are going to be playing in team. They're going to have some stiff competition when they play in the play-ins. Probably Steph Curry and the Warriors, or Phoenix Suns and Devin Booker. So I do think the play-on teams are going to be hard for them to progress farther into the series. But, we will see. Crazier things has happened. The Trailblazers are an interestingly constructed team. They got Denny Avila. He has been first-time All-Star this year. Really figured himself out. Spent the first few years of his career on Washington. And now finds himself on the other side of the country with the Portland Trailblazers. So we'll see how that progresses tonight. Other players, Scoot Henderson has always been an interesting player to me. He never really panned out of actually how we thought he was going to be. People had really, really high expectations for Scoot. He's solid. He's definitely a solid player. And will be a big, has to be a big contributor for them to go far in the playoffs in terms of being their sixth man. Other players on this team is I do got Robert Williams. Robert Williams is always going to be a star on the Boston Celtics. Never really panned out due to health concerns. His health definitely got always the best of him when he was getting into his long stretches. And really, really exciting player. Robert Williams, Time Lord, as the Boston Celtics called him. Really exciting player. Let's see how they plan out. The Trailblazers will be going into the playoffs for the first time in a few years without Damian Lillard. Without, their big three. They had, Damian Lillard, CJ McCollum, and Anthony Simons. So this next iteration of the Portland Trailblazers is progressing, and let's see what they can do. They are an exciting team. Scoot Henderson has always been an exciting player, goggles player, but Denny Avila has definitely been carrying that load for the team, and we will see how far we go tonight. If people have been seeing the reports, Stephon Castle and Wemby are most likely out of this game tonight. And thank God we got all the firepower in the world. Devin Vassell will need to step up and have a really good game tonight. Him and Fox, those are the two that I'm looking at tonight. And Champagnie to step up and have big games tonight. For our Spurs, let's see how it goes. But really looking forward to this game tonight. Spurs take on the Blazers on ESPN. So looking forward to this matchup. We only got a few games left in the regular season. Again, like I was saying, these are the last few games for our players on the end of the bench that prove themselves to where they are going to, if they're going to make the playoff roster, if they're going to be making meaningful playoff minutes. Come playoff time. So we will see. Carter Bryant, I want you to step up. Definitely think you could get some playoff minutes soon. Luke Cornett is definitely going to be playing that center role tonight with Wemby out. So definitely look for Luke Cornett to step up. We even might see some, Bismack Biyombo minutes, or so we will see. I'm really looking forward to this game tonight. And then we got, definitely Vassell, looking for him to have a big game, especially from him. So we will see. Gonna be watching this game closely. It looks like we are going to have the second seed. There's not a lot of movement left in terms of the standings, in terms of the playoff positions. But, you know, crazier things can happen. And we want to finish the season strong, especially having these role players. Role players are the most important thing. Going into the playoffs, it's how to win playoff games. Uh, and so, we need the role players to step it up, especially in these games that, where we have two of our stars, the Castle and Wemby out. All right, next thing that I talked about, I alluded to it the other day about LeBron. So LeBron, I've been talking about it. He's kind of feeling like he's half in, half out of basketball. Just by him, and he could make me eat my words in a couple weeks when he goes play in the playoffs. But it just feels like he's kind of half in, half out of basketball. Posting these YouTube clips with these golf YouTubers, which is fine. I just would rather that these videos come out in the middle of the summer, August, summer, instead of, right before the playoffs. Obviously, it's because a lot of eyes will watch it, but the thing is, like, it just feels like weird timing with, Luka Doncic out. They're really struggling going into the playoffs, and now they relied on LeBron to, how far they will go in the playoffs, and now he's releasing YouTube videos. So, but yeah, let's just talk about some of those comments that he had made. He might not be wrong. It's just interesting comments that he made. He made comments on Memphis. He does not like Memphis. He does not like the city. He does not like the organization. And really wanted to know where this hatred came from. He did say that if he got drafted to Memphis, one of his comments that he said if he got drafted to Memphis, he would have pulled an Eli Manning and jotched it up. So that's kind of started it. He said that the poor health conditions of hotels, which I mean you're not wrong. I mean I feel that they don't like the hotel that they're put up in. NBA players are put up in. I did see defending from a few other NBA players talking about the hotels, especially in Memphis. So is that really a personnel issue of just not selecting the right hotels, or you really don't like Memphis? Other things he said, like they should just move to Nashville. Rod just straight up said they should move to Nashville. Oh, that was pretty funny. He did go walk back his comments afterwards and said that it was all aimed at the hotel situation, the organization, not on the city's people. He got a lot of backlash on people from Memphis last night on Twitter and the last couple of nights on Twitter. So people have also been saying that he's playing 4D chess, is saying LeBron is part of a group that wants to move that team from Grizzlies after he leaves the NBA. He wants to be an owner and everything. He keeps saying he doesn't want to be an owner. Everyone knows he's going to be an owner in the NBA. That just feels so like a rite of passage for LeBron. Just been really going at Memphis. So that was just kind of an interesting clip. There's people on Twitter that I did see, like, it felt like a planted moment almost of like, hey, make sure LeBron mentions Memphis when he even talks about Bob Does Sports, because this private equity group wants to push through that sale, and then we'll have some comments to go back from the star players like LeBron say that he doesn't like Memphis. So I think it might have been there to start a conversation. There might have been outside objectors saying, "Yeah, LeBron, you should mention Memphis when you go out there." So I don't know. All I know is LeBron is not fully locked into basketball because he's playing some, golf, and that doesn't really excite me. All right. Well, other things, we're not going to just talk about LeBron. Hey, LeBron, make me eat my words. Go out into the playoffs. Nothing more would make me happier to see a classic LeBron performance going out there and make me eat my words and scoring 40 points back-to-back nights in the playoffs and win that first round to welcome Luka back. That's my best case scenario. I think the NBA is better when LeBron is at his best, and obviously we don't get a lot more of these seasons left with LeBron. So I love a classic LeBron performance if he can give us one. Of course. I mean, LeBron's the GOAT. He's my GOAT. I think he's the best of all time. I just would like him to see do more GOAT things. That's really my take on it. As much as I'm trashing LeBron, I'd love for LeBron just to be LeBron and go and wreck the NBA and go back to. I mean, my favorite version of LeBron was the Miami Heat LeBron. I know people. I love the people saying, "Oh, it ruined the NBA." That LeBron was as close as we've seen to God in the NBA. I mean, that team. We talk about the Warriors being dominant. People forget about how good LeBron was on Miami. I mean, there was no defense for a single player. Yeah, sure, the Golden State Warriors were deep. Miami was deep, but it didn't really matter. I mean, LeBron was a one-man wrecking crew with those Miami Heat team. I mean, he was Hulk. I mean, LeBron James was the most craziest version of an NBA player we've ever seen. Yeah. All right, let's keep going. Other things, so Wemby will be out tonight, as I mentioned, with Stephon Castle. So Spurs star Wemby listed doubtful to play Wednesday night against Portland due to rib contusion. So he does have to play one of the last 3 games to get into contention for regular season awards. I don't think that will be a problem. So this game and then 2 more games after this, he just got to play one of the 3. Don't think it will be an issue, but we will see. Stephon Castle is also out tonight. Not worried about the awards for him in terms of numbers of games played. So yeah, scary situation. Him getting injured the other day. Wemby's health is obviously the biggest important factor of going into the playoffs for anything on our team. For how far we will go. So I just say be careful. I do want him to play in one of the last games just to make sure that he gets that threshold. But even if it's that, I want him to play 15 minutes. I don't want him getting injured. It's the last thing we need going into the playoffs. All right, well, that's the last thing I just want to talk about is Giannis. So Giannis is back in the news about the Bucks. The latest news is that Giannis, by being sat by the Bucks, now we have got the real reason why Giannis didn't want to play the last few weeks, even after being eliminated from the playoffs. Nike, I guess that by the Bucks not playing him, it cost Giannis a significant amount of money with Nike in terms of a bonus deal for a certain game threshold made. He did not hit that threshold because the Bucks decided to sit him out. I definitely see Giannis moving on to the next team next year. And I think it's time for everyone to rip off the Band-Aid. You don't want these players half in, half out. And it just doesn't ever feel like it works. The last player that I felt like that was half in, half out was the Cyborg, was Kawhi Leonard, and he won a championship that year. Just an absolute, way different situation with Kawhi Leonard. But I'm just saying, I hate these players that are half in, half out. Like, just rip off the Band-Aid. Go join who you want. Go start competing. Because I hate this half in, half out. Yeah. So we'll see where Giannis goes next year. I do not think it's the Bucks. I think his time on the Bucks is over. Yeah. So I did get to see some of the Celtics game last night. Jason Tatum has been destroying it. I mean, right back to his old form after Achilles. It's been unbelievable, his progress. I have his stats right here. So his first 7 games this season, he's played 15 games so far. The Celtics, which is incredible after an Achilles injury. He's already back playing 50 games. Only missed 2 games due to the rest, which is incredible. So Tatum, in his first 10 games, 20 points, 9.5 rebounds, 3.8 assists. In his last 5 games, 25 points per game, 10.4 rebounds, 7.8 assists. And his field goal percentage has also gone up 10%. So unbelievable turnaround from Tatum, and the Celtics look scary going into the playoffs. Let's see how far that him and Brown can get them, because they are a force to be reckoned with, absolutely going into the playoffs. Well, that's all I have from Spurs Latest today. Tomorrow we will recap the game against the Blazers tonight. Without Wemby, without Castle, let's make sure that we can pull it off. That's all I have here today. As always, go Spurs, go, and I will catch you in the next one.